Umar ibn al-Khattab has a very interesting story because when he came to Jerusalem, there was no bloodshed, there was no fighting. He took with him one servant and they had one camel. As they were approaching Jerusalem, the servant was on the camel and he was the one pulling the camel.
Sophronius comes out of the gate and he comes up to the guy on the camel. He says, "Where's the Caliph?" And the guy on the camel, he nods with his head at the guy leading the camel. And he says, "I want to talk to you about our surrendering the city to you." And the Caliph says, "Let's walk to the city and I'll tell you what I was thinking the terms would be." The Khalifa says, "I want all the Roman politicians to leave. They can leave with whatever they can carry." And then what else? Caliph goes, "We don't do anything else. No plundering, no enslaving. We don't do that stuff. No, we're not going to take anybody's property. We're going to leave the city exactly like it is." Sophronius goes, "I feel such kinship with your religion. Will you come to my church and pray next to me as I pray in my Christian way?" And Umar ibn al-Khattab goes, "Never. The first place I pray in Jerusalem is going to become a mosque. And I don't want you to lose your church." So they go and they find an empty lot and they pray.
And then lo and behold, 400 years later, they built a mosque there called Masjid Umar.
And he saved the Church of the Holy Sepulchre for Christians. And the Khalifa goes, "Want to see the Temple Mount?" And Sophronius goes, "Yes." But the Jews wouldn't stop rebelling. And so to punish them, we desecrated the Temple Mount. And there's garbage all over. The Khalifa can't believe it, so he begins picking up the garbage. When the Arab army sees this, they rush up and they begin clearing the Temple Mount of the garbage. The Caliph goes, "I want to meet some of the Jews living in Jerusalem." Sophronius goes, "There are no Jews. The city is holy to the Jews. How could there be no Jews?" He says, "Well, us Christians, we've completely purged the city of its remaining Jewish population."
Umar al-Khattab is now sitting down with the Christians and negotiating the treaty with them. What are their religious rights? And this is called Ash-Shurut al-Umariyya, and this is the
famous Pact of Umar, which essentially guaranteed the rights of all citizens there, guaranteed the rights of people to practice their own faiths. Christians and Jews not only were allowed to live in peace, they were allowed to judge each other by their own law.